Welcome to the Plugs Podcast Show. Marshall here. This is a place where we share inspirational and encouraging advice and spiritual stories. Anything we can do to help you have a better day and move forward in your life. Today we're going to be speaking about what the Plugs Podcast is doing overseas in the Uganda, Africa area.
We can use all the help we can get, whether that's financially, whether that's you being a prayer warrior. Both are blessings to us and Patrick. And if you even just, I'm thinking back on Patrick's story of just how he grew up and just the moments where it could have been easy to just lose hope, and he still kept striving. He still would go out day to day. He still would go out and minister to people. Like Marshall was saying, even in the midst of not knowing what was coming next, if there was anything, that it really just makes you want to put your own faith in check. Like, what am I doing? Am I doing anything? Am I doing anything worth talking about? Am I doing anything to leave an impact? And we talk about this. We've talked about this more than once. It doesn't always have to be something huge. It can be something small. It's the way you interact with people. It's the way your attitude is towards people. Are you being a positive force in the world? Are you being negative? Are you going to sit around and complain about all the things that you don't have? Or are you going to be positive? Talk about the things that you do have. Talk about the things that you're grateful for. And find ways to help other people, find other ways to be a blessing to them.
It's really mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Here's this guy, we'll come up with excuses. I don't have the resources. I don't have this. I don't have that. When this individual had nothing, and he's rolling. So, yeah, I take the story to the guys and say, listen, I need your help. I believe this is the individual we've possibly been praying for. Sorry, I haven't told you about this sooner. This guy's on fire. And I'm talking to Chris. I'm talking to Evan. Chris says, man, this guy, we got to give him a nicer home.
Yeah,
This guy, you don't even have, I don't even think they had a toilet. It's just
they didn't
like
have
room.
a bathroom. They didn't have a bathroom. They didn't have a shower. They didn't have a toilet, okay? So right now, if you're listening to this and you're complaining because you think your bathroom is too small, there are people out there that don't even have one, okay?
And they're in the streets preaching.
That's right.
They're ministers.
This had to be July at this point. Marshall showed us pictures of where Patrick was living. He's like, yeah, I'm just trying to help this guy out, helping him out with his rent. His rent was $37 a month. You guys saw the pictures in the last episode. If you haven't seen it, go take a look. $37. As soon as he told me that and I saw the bed on the floor, I'm like, well, how much is it to move this guy into a bigger place?
Evan pulled out his phone.
In minutes.
He found a place that says, what about this place? It's like around $150 a month. And Chris crunched some numbers and said, well, it would only cost this amount, if we split this cost up and you guys want to go forward. And we all nodded and we made a goal. And that was sometime in July. It might have been the first, second week, but we made a goal by October. August 1st or August. Yeah, then by August, he would be in his new home.
That's right.
And it all happened. All of our monies came together. A lot of people helped out with that. And we had to put up 3 months of rent.
Yeah.
And he was moving in on August 2nd on Sunday.
Yeah. We set our goal for the first week of August. And like Marshall talks about with vision, you've got to write it down. And that's exactly what we did. By me saying, hey, how much is it to move this guy into a better place? And then Evan running with that thought, looking it up in minutes. We had a place. We were all looking at the pictures online. Then immediately we all wrote it down and it became real.
I mean, and I was just about to say that, Chris, if you're not writing it down, it's only a thought.
Right.
It's only an idea. What is an idea without any action?
Right.
You took it out of our head and you put it on paper so we were able to see it. And when this guy moved, tell him the exciting news. What happened? I mean, I think
Oh,
some people were, this guy, Namuteza was living in this area for a long time, and people are mocking him because here he is, he's running around barefooted. He's got dirty clothes on, he don't have a job, and he's doing his best, and he's teaching about Christ and how with Christ you'll have a fulfilled life, and he's going to take care of you. And here's these people, they're pointing their fingers, they're mocking at him. And Chris, what happened that day that he moved?
oh, it was great. I love telling this story. Well, this part of the story is one of my favorites. So they're moving, and there's a guy who, I mean, just mocked them relentlessly. Relentlessly. He's like, you guys are talking about God and how he's all powerful and how he provides and all of this, but look at you, you have nothing. And Patrick just kept ministering to this guy and everyone around him, saying, hey, look, the Lord's gonna provide. He's gonna provide for us, and we're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna be preaching, and we're gonna be sharing the gospel and spreading the good news. And that Sunday of August 2nd, when they were packing their things and leaving, the guy comes up to them. He's like, you guys are really moving. And they're like, yeah, we told you we're moving. God's providing. And that same day is when he gave his life to Christ. And I will never forget that phone call when I was sitting with Marshall and Patrick told us that. I mean, I had chills again right now, but I got chills all over my body, and it just brought tears to my eyes because here we are with one idea, right? Of let's just start a podcast. Let's start getting inspirational messages out to people, inspirational stories. And we had no idea of, the connection that would come once we got it started. We had no idea about all the lives that would be impacted. Through just one idea, right? One desire in our heart. We were all on one accord. I think that is probably one of the most powerful parts. It's like we all shared the same, even though maybe we had slightly different desires, we all had the same heart and the same passion for this one thing. Um, so that was an amazing day.
I mean, it's amazing altogether because we came together a whole year ago, just as friends, and then it was like, hey, all three of us are awesome. We have to do something together. And then it turned out that we wanted to do a podcast, and here we are reaching out and we're saying, hey, we'd like to take this internationally, but really what the Lord had was something in store for us
hmm
because this has provided more inspiration to us than anything. I mean, I would have never thought that the Lord would use us to move someone as awesome as Namdateza, and then a Muslim next door gives
That's
his
right.
life to Christ.
That's right.
If that doesn't get you excited, I mean, wow. So now he gets into this new apartment, and we have to move on to the next steps. So,
Oh,
um,
you guys, that night. So the day of when he moved in, he was telling us about the night before. He didn't even sleep. I mean, think about Christmas as a little kid, right? You're like trying to pretend that you're sleeping, but you really can't.